Welcome back to Super Mario Galaxy. We're going to be continuing our drilling expedition in this dirt planet.
Oh, so Mario is working for the U.S. government. Got it. Okay. You see,
Starbit prices are at an all-time low.
You see, that's a political joke. Yeah.
No one's claimed the soil yet.
What about the locals? No one has claimed it yet.
A friend of mine from Canada posted a meme image on Facebook showing the price of a barrel of oil as compared to a KFC chicken bucket, and the chicken was more expensive.
Yes, what a time to be alive.
Oh, these guys. These guys are obnoxious.
Shadow Marios are back.
I am your true self.
I like these more than how Galaxy 1 handled it.
Are you talking about the Galaxy 1 Shadow Races?
Yeah.
Well, I liked those too, but these are a different kind of challenge, I think.
Which I happen to like more. You know, because it makes you think.
Yeah, it's because I just for those who haven't played this game, so that you know what this mechanic is like. Basically, when you enter a room that involves Shadow Marios chasing you around, they will retrace your steps and mimic all of your actions after you do them. And an endless stream of these Shadow Marios will spawn in behind you. So it's, well, not quite endless, the hardware couldn't quite handle that, but basically what it means is you can't retrace your steps unless you're clever about it. Like, if you're going to retrace your steps, you have to make sure that you can avoid those Shadow Marios when you're passing through.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to like.
So if you're like going in a 2D section, perhaps, say you're going to the left, you can jump repeatedly to have your other shadows jump in the same pattern you are, and then on your way back to the right, you can just walk under and get the jumps.
Yeah.
Or you could walk normally and then jump over the Shadow Marios or whatever.
It
works
you can do
reverse.
that too. It's neat. I like it.
Yeah, so not only can you plan to efficiently complete the puzzle if you already know how to do it, but you can also be pretty smart when you're playing it blind and leave yourself loopholes to get through so that you can traverse the area a little bit more efficiently. But either way, you can't hang around those areas too long, because if you do, well, the Shadow Marios will screw you over. And you can't just stand where you are either, because if you do that, they're going to try to stand exactly where you're standing.
How do you
This
guys?
Galaxy only has room for one Mario.
How do you guys feel about the fact that Galaxy 2 has an awful lot more 2D sections than in Galaxy 1? Because, like, Galaxy 1 is about as much a 2D Mario game as Sonic Colors is a 3D Mario game. Ha ha ha. See, that was called a joke. And...
Play me out, Ryan!
But Galaxy 2 has a lot more 2D sections than Galaxy 1. And I never really was particularly fond of the 2D sections in the Galaxy games. So, I don't know. It doesn't control the way I would like a 2D game to control, I guess, is the biggest thing.
Yeah, the thing about 2D Mario Galaxy gameplay is that it doesn't quite have the same kind of flow, charm, or versatility that you get from an honest-to-God 2D Mario game. So, if you do what I did and play Galaxy 2 pretty much straight after New Super Mario Bros. Wii, you are going to feel the difference.
Yeah. I would say the charm is there. It's just control-wise, it's not alike.
Yeah, it's kind of just like controlling the 3D gameplay without the Z-axis, really. And you know, I'm not entirely fond of the amount that they added into this game, but I sort of see why they went that route, considering the level design direction that they were heading for.
And I honestly don't mind it. You know, I play 2D Mario games, I play 3D Mario games. I'm not entirely down with, if it's 3D, it should be strictly 3D, because I think that's limiting. And doesn't let the game reach the potential.
There are advantages to sticking to just left and right control in 2D platforming control. Like you can do considerably more precise stuff without ramping up the challenge level in 2D than compared to 3D, because the player doesn't have to worry about that extra layer of precision, like landing spot on. They can, you know, just keep good control of their momentum and pull off some really fun stuff that way.
So Ryan, are you going to explore the Starship Mario at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, maybe a little bit at the end, but
Well, there's so little to explore on the Starship that we'll probably see all of it throughout the playthrough by accident. Anyway.
Yeah, you got the nose.
Yeah, this is
Eyes.
not. This is not the Comet Observatory by any stretch. The only thing worth talking about when it comes to the Starship Mario is you can between levels you can go around collecting lives, and the lives are always in the same places, and they always respawn between every stage or after every save. So, yeah.
Well, they did that in Galaxy 1 too, and I mean, in
Yeah,
Galaxy
they
1 you
did.
also got letters from Peach, so lives were pretty meaningless in that way.
They did that in Galaxy 1, but the lives were a lot more spread out and took a lot longer to collect between stages. So, for the most part, you probably only did it after loading a save file to get your life count up a little, because goddamn the save files for taking your lives away every time you load.
Yeah. And I think Galaxy 2 still does that.
Yeah. These things are brought back in like every Mario game after that.
Isn't there a stage based on this in 3D Land?
And 3D World.
And 3D World.
Oh, right.
And it swaps every time you jump instead of every time you spin, making it way harder to do as well.
I like the Galaxy incarnations more, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, because you can control when they flip.
Yeah.
Well, having control over that, the thing is, you have control over the platforms, but it also removes an element of control that you're very used to. In that, the spin jump is basically what you've gotten used to by this point as your double jump. So you have to sort of teach yourself not to use it as a crutch to get to the next platform. You have to control when you use it.
And if not a double jump, then your method of correcting your angle.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I love the spin jump. It's great in Galaxy
Yeah.
1. It's still great in Galaxy 2.
Yeah, to me, there's nothing more satisfying. And well, one of the things I love doing in the Galaxy series is just wall jumping and getting extra height using the spin.
Oh, yeah, you can play Mega Man X with Mario Galaxy very easily.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can only wall jump, spin jump combo once, but it's still...
Usually once is enough to get where you're trying to go.
I think you
Yeah.
can jump, spin, wall jump, spin, though, is another thing.
Yeah, you can.
So, Mario Galaxy is one of the most acrobatic feeling Mario games, I would say.
Yeah. In 3D World, I know we probably said this at some point during that clusterfuck of a commentary we did on that game, but
Wait, you mean we said more than Peach is useful?
You mean
I
said
can't-
something other than Peach
I can't
Petrol.
talk while I'm playing a game. I'm sorry. The thing is, I really think that in 3D World they should have given Mario his triple jump.
Yeah.
Because it would have been a nice special feature for him to have. It would have set him apart from the other characters.
Toad, get your dick out of there.
It's my dick in the star bit!
Oh, man. So now you don't have to worry about star bits ever again, right?
No, I have a file with Max in there, so I don't have to worry about it ever again.
That's playing Galaxy 2 right.
Don't you
Yeah,
also need 9999 star bits in order to...
Yes, but I do that off screen.
Oh, yeah, in order to get the...
That makes the final comet appear, was it?
Yes.
For a
Yeah.
perfect run.
Yeah.
The thing about the Toad Bank in this game, for those who don't know, is that you can save star bits in the bank, and those will transfer between all the save files on the system. So it makes it very easy to it removes that particular layer of tedium from repeat 100% playthroughs, essentially.
Yes. It also transforms the coconuts into watermelons.
Yeah, I don't think you ever really needed to grind for star bits in Galaxy 1, but it's nice so that you if you don't have to worry about not having not quite enough.
Well, if you've got 9,999 in the bank, you can basically pay off any Hungry Luma that you come across that you don't happen to have enough star bits for already, and by the end of the game, you'll have gained back enough star bits anyway to get back to 9,999 for that final comet. So, at that point, you basically don't have to worry about star bits at all.
What Ryan just did right there will be your best friend looking for green stars.
Oh, what
Yeah.
the
The homing
home
stomp.
and ground pound. Because that homes in on green stars, for the record.
Oh, the ground pound.
It's a
home.
solid object, yeah.
I did not know that it did that. I got all of the green stars manually.
Oh, you poor soul.
Can we not talk about the green stars until we have to?
We won't. Yeah,
I hate
you're
those
right.
things.
I agree.
Yeah, we're going to need to talk about the green stars by that point because we're not going to have much else to talk about.
Yeah.
You!
Well, I don't think
You
we
would
did
good.
You did clarify that. Yeah, we are
This
getting the green
thing-
stars in this commentary.
This asshole gave me the biggest scare when I saw him here. I was
I
like,
think
oh god,
we all
no.
did.
But no, this is thankfully much easier than the garbage disposal missions in Galaxy 1.
Yeah.
Basically,
As long as you remember that the fireballs travel through the boxes, you're good.
yeah, it's basically just a matter of setting yourself up so that you can throw a fireball in a straight enough line to get everything. Yeah, that was a nice trick. That was very precise, actually.
I love that I could see that you were shaking your remote before the mini game even started.
Come on!
Get on with it.
Fucking Gearmo. I don't care if that sounded racist.
I don't know. Is it possible to be racist against robots?
Gearmo is a race of robot, I guess.
Huh. So, like, if I just really hated
Hey, I'm not the only one. Fucking Lubba, what the hell is his name?
Lubba. Yeah.
Purple
Lubba.
fuck there.
So,
Fuck
like,
him.
if I just really hated BB units and I said that Star Wars Episode 7 had a social justice warrior agenda by including a BB unit in its
The
main
social,
cast.
the social super Jawas.
Yes,
to be more
super Jawa
super
agendas.
Jawa agendas. Then yeah, hey, I'm not the only one. Lubba here hates Gearmos too.
Hey, I proudly identify myself as a Ren's rights activist.
Hey,
the
did
only
you see-
one that's remaining politically neutral here is
Speaking of
Ryan.
Kylo Ren, did you guys see the Saturday Night Live
Yeah. Undercover boss.
Undercover boss Star Killer base? That was awesome. They got Adam Driver himself to do it. Oh man.
Good lord. God, I was like during those the brief periods where we're not talking, I could listen to the soundtrack, which
Both Galaxy games have fantastic music.
Yeah, but you know what though? Galaxy 2 did give me a bit of a scare at first because I remember when Galaxy 2 was initially teased in E3 of, I want to say 2009.
Something like
and
that.
The soundtrack was completely synthesized.
They
Like,
did that for Galaxy 1 too. I remember a interview of the game. Like there was a guy who said the music in the demo I played was synthesized, but a Nintendo rep pulled me aside and says, "Don't worry, brah. We're gonna get an orchestra for this shit." I mean, granted, some tracks are synthesized to some extent.
Yeah, and those are still good, but it's
Well,
like
there's
with
a
the
couple
main
different
Galaxy,
reasons.
the main Galaxy theme needs to be orchestral.
Yeah, there's a couple reasons for why that would happen though. One of the reasons is they might not have had the time to get the orchestra together and record the final version of the track. The other reason though is licensing, because the orchestral version is more expensive to produce and to license. They probably wouldn't want to make it too easy for not players, but just people in general to obtain outside of the game.
Yeah, they
So-
don't. Nintendo loves not making the orchestral versions of the soundtracks easy to obtain for people, unless if you live in Japan and have Club Nintendo, in which case,
Well, no,
you can
I
get
mean-
gorgeous soundtrack CDs.
No, I mean for free.
Oh.
Like, yeah, like on YouTube, if they put up a video that was like a trailer with mainly the orchestral main theme as the background, people would rip that, put it on their MP3 players, and say just fuck the sound effects we can hear from the trailer. I just want the music anyway.
There was a new Super Mario Brothers soundtrack that I downloaded, and the MP3s were mostly sound effect free, but the boss theme for I think like Bowser Jr. had sound effect, like they couldn't get the music for that without sound effects, so you would just hear Mario jumping and Bowser Jr.'s grunts in the
Yeah. See, this is the shit that we have to put up with when there's no means of getting the soundtrack ourselves without having to pay up the ass for import prices. You know, you put that shit on iTunes, I'm there day one, hour one. I'm there.
Well,
I will buy these soundtracks.
Well, the Pokemon Company has been good about it, because I think almost every Pokemon soundtrack's up on iTunes. I think it's mostly just Nintendo's main stuff that's been more annoying about it.
yeah. But Galaxy 2, I think in the second trailer, played the same theme that the E3 trailer was, but it was completely orchestrated, and I was like, oh, thank God they brought it back, and then some, because Galaxy 2 soundtrack is just as good, if not better, than Galaxy 1's.
I identify more with certain with Galaxy 1's pieces than Galaxy 2. I mean, Galaxy 2 brings back a lot of Galaxy 1 pieces.
Yeah, so it's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, Galaxy 2, I will say, has a better version of Koopa Road and the better version of the Honeybee theme. But I think, when it comes to most of the original songs, I slightly prefer Galaxy 1's more than Galaxy 2.
I tend to prefer Galaxy 2 a little more. Like, I much prefer Fluffy Bluff to Gusty Garden.
Gusty
And
Garden's
I
the most overrated song in the goddamn series, though, so,
It's a great song.
It's a great song. It's also the one-winged angel of Super Mario Brothers.
yeah, it is. It is.